you can count on.
Malcolm X once said, "You're not to be so blind with patriotism that you can't face reality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who does it or says it." Let's acknowledge Black History Month 2024.
Welcome back to The Naked Truth with TC Flex.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Naked Truth. I am your captain speaking, TC Flex. I just want to remind you that this portion of the show is brought to you by IRAWMA. IRAWMA is celebrating their 42nd staging of the award show, ladies and gentlemen. And believe you me, it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. And I like the categories that has been introduced over the years, and they keep adding different categories. I saw that there was an Afrobeat category has been introduced to the platform, and not only that, poetry is also at the forefront of the platform, ladies and gentlemen. So that too is another genre that is not on the rise but needed to be recognized. There are so many poets in Jamaica. We call them dub poets. Some people call them poet overseas and so forth. But it doesn't matter what you want to call them. Just let it be known that it's a part of the art where entertainment is concerned. Now, my special guest today is Craig A. Kirkland, aka Amaziyah the Great, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. And as my special guest, Craig Amaziyah the Great, Kirkland, and I do have him on standby. But before we get to that, let me just introduce the talented Craig A. Kirkland a little bit for you. Check this out.
Hey Don, how you doing? So I am Craig, a performance name Amaziyah the Great. This poem I'm gonna do is called Don't Cry. Mama, don't cry. I'm gonna make this work. Never stop praying for us when you experience on the worst. I am here fighting tough days inside the hurts, but don't cry. Even though tears in my eyes, I'm crying out to God as if I'm inside a church. Listen to this. I will not quit even if me have to keep crawling out the dirt. Don't cry. Dada, don't cry. You try to make things work. You're my first hero. You motivate me to serve. Son above a ball thinking I failed. Dad, I value your worth. You inspired me immensely. Almighty God is at work. I ignite luminosity all over this earth. Donna, all my kids don't cry. They never got it at first. So excited seeing Daddy's first match. It's not like my sales boosting online. Honestly, at times it seems like my life in reverse. When so many people depending on me, I have to emerge. I swear to God, I'm gonna break this generational curse. Don't cry. The book is out. Look out. It's on Amazon. Don't Cry by Craig A. Kirkland.
Can you hear me now? All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Craig A. Kirkland, my special guest. I love the background, my brother. For real. Very lively.
Precisely.
Good afternoon, Craig. How are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. TC Flex. You know, they are going well to the fullest and the greatness. You know, it's a pleasure to be here. Big respect to you, the whole entire IRAWMA team, and all the poets and all the nominees. They are represented to the fullest.
It's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure to have you here today because not often, you know, the masses get to see this part of the art. Because when you talk about entertainment, they normally just relate it to singers and songwriters, you know what I mean? But when you talk about poetry, it's deep, well deep, my brother.
Precisely.
Now,
Me I hear a
how,
feedback still. Me don't know if it a come out like that, but me can hear me a echo in the background.
okay, I'm not sure because I do have a producer here working with.
Okay, from them I
Yeah.
hear it clear. It's all good then.
Okay. All right. So let's start from where you get started. Walk us through how you first fall in love with poetry, and you know, what or who had inspired you to take this road where entertainment is concerned.
All right, it's a long road enough for some. Life is like a puzzle. Them get lost along the way.
True.
As for me, it's a journey. I could talk about that all day. But let me try wrap it up in a quick synopsis. So
Yes.
ever since I was small, I grew up in a place called Old Harbour Road, Spanish Town, Jamaica. And then later on went to Fraser's Content, where my mom is from. That's where I was residing last before I move over to the United States. But during my tender age, I always like reading. So it started from the interest of reading. So me always tell you them say read, 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 and furthermore you achieve greatness. You get me? Um Nurse rhyme. Fast forward to high school, because I remember I wrote my mom my first poem when I was 9. And of course, from it boosts me more from it. Say she shared that smile. In high school, it was all about writing nursery rhymes and I love you poems for the girls. And me like that something there because all the girls are get attached to me. You get me? Plus, I'm also an artist, so me being talented was something that helped me push through to say, yeah, this is what I want to do. You get me? Shortly after that, I start doing music after I left high school because I wanted more than just poetry. Still doing poetry over the years. I met with all types of people. We start from Darwin St. Albin, who were one of the first set of psalmists slash poet I get to know. Later on, I was introduced to Antonio Valier, Wise Words, Richie Innocent, who is also a nominee. And it was when I could go on because there are many, many more warriors. Charlie Bubbles was one who inspired me from the get-go because Charlie Bubbles, at that time, he was in Canada doing a lot of great works. And I also was amazed by that. We can't left out the great Miss Lou, who, she lived a real legend. You get me? I say, and she leave a legacy where all heap of people that want to adapt. You get me? Further on that, I was in New York now, where persons wanted my book because I could remember Antonio Valier was and Lionel Sheila was doing an event at Rastakura, this poem show in Portland. And I was like, yo, I can't wait for the moment when I actually can have a book out. And they were like, hey, Amaziyah, I can't wait for the moment when we start recite your poems without even looking in my books. I was in New York, Sarah Satiba going on with some event in Brooklyn. At that time, I never had my book yet. Spoke with Antonia Valera and she gave me the guidelines and said, hey, this is what you do through KDP. And, it was a joy because they are foreign and you know work and you know have nothing to do. You still don't want to waste your time. So you put your talent to good use. So therefore the book came about and the rest is history. I've been moving from place to places. I came to Rhode Island shortly after my book came out. I met with no wife. But then she was just part of it poetry for me. And she connected me with so many events all over Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and the list goes on. 2 years after, I was awarded at a Time Ross promotion. The same Rasatiba had an event, and he recognized me for my contribution towards the creative world. And no, IRAWMA last year, they see me, they recognize me, and the rest is just history. Spend most of my time on TikTok reciting poems for the fans all over, persons who I never met, persons who never liked poetry a day in their life. No, I'm their favorite poet. You get me? And now it's fascinating to be nominated the second time again. So it's a pleasure.
Well, it's good to hear your journey, Craig. And
Yes.
one of the things is I like the whole idea of you understanding what is it that you want, what is it that you want to accomplish, and working towards it. Now, have you seen in the near future where one of your book can be transformed into either a short film or a full featured film?
Definitely, because some of the stories I told, there are short films. I have one on YouTube now. My name is Pam, and basically, it's just the poetry version of it, telling a story about. Because when we're at Jamaica, we hear about the I am a boy, I am a girl. My name is Pam. My name is Roy. So when I wrote that, I definitely tell a story of how, cause with it small in them days there. We say Pam and Roy grow big now, but at that time, domestic violence was on a hike back in Jamaica, and that's how that creative body of work came about. And yeah, definitely I'm in short films. I told a short story. There's the extended version of it also on YouTube. So definitely I write that type of way with some of my poems. And that's the intention, to inspire young and old age, and we try, keep it squeaky clean so the young and the old can, listen and feel a joy from what we are saying.
I'm gonna put something on the screen right now, and I think it's something from you. I'm believing it's a quote, probably from you. I want to take a look at this quote, and we look at it. Go ahead, my producer, and put that front and center for me, please. It says, "Believe in yourself. The power is within you." Was that a life experience? Something happened while you come up with this quote?
So, okay, it takes me back to many years ago. I was on a radio show. It's a very powerful and popular platform. I chose not to reveal their names because this is something that will be said in the near or far future. Now, there were 5 people on the panel, and they all said, when they played my poem on live radio, all 5 of them say, "Oh, you have to dump this." And it's quite sad how these people are, representatives of the creative arts, and them say dump it. I've never re-recorded it. I've never tried to do it over. It's the same poem, and today I can tell you that it's clocking over 90,000 views without even being promoted. 2 weeks after they said what they say, JCDC their waterfront downtown Kingston. And somebody just shot me and said, I was on my way home. Them say, "Yo, poetry up on waterfront, And I roll out. I saw Dawit there, and Dawit they had to leave. But after I performed that poem, it's called Respect. After performing that poem, the people, the producer, everybody, they said, "No, man, you cannot leave. Are you win the $10,000?" And that was my first ever compensation from doing poetry without even knowing that I would be paid. Now, that also help fuels my fire to tell every youth who, doubt themselves, and every youth who people be telling that, hey, you're not gonna away. That's a perfect example because it's also monetized. I'm still getting compensation from YouTube. I'm still promoting that poem everywhere I go, and it's still, speaking volumes. So for anyone in the garrison, or not even at the garrison, in our world which we're living, and people, because not just in a garrison community, people all over will tell you, say, "Hey, where you do not go work. This what you're doing, it makes no sense." The one thing from you believe, say it will work, and knowing yourself that you're going to take it to the next level, success will come. I never know I'll be a poet. I never know I'll be, having book. I never know I would be working on my second book. You get me? And it's quite fascinating that, as I said before, inspiring young and old age, because the elder people respect my poems, the younger generation respect my poems, today's people respect my poems. So believe in yourself and keep going for your goals.
I love that, for real. Believe in yourself, man. The power is within you, so only you can stop you. so to speak.
Precisely.
I love that, for real. So we know that you have been nominated for the second time for the IRAWMA Awards. That must be a great feeling, knowing that you believe in yourself and you're doing what you are destined to do, my brother. So and this is not a half question, but before I had introduced you, I dropped a piece called "Don't Cry." Was that your mom?
No, that wasn't my mom. That was a total stranger I saw when I was in. So after IRAWMA last year, some people called me back again. I was called back in Florida about 3 different times, and that was just one of the events. I think that was Palm Beach, where they had me do the Jamaica Day event, and big respect to them. It was basically my performance with them sip on the IRAWMA. I was also contacted by Winsome Green, who did Queen Mode, and basically I met them all at IRAWMA. So IRAWMA been doing tremendous works over the years. Before me, the ladies now, there were some people who I just met. So my type of vibration, everywhere I go in the world, as long as I see people and I say hi and I see they smile, I start to introduce myself. Hey, I'm Craig A. Kirkland. I'm Amaziyah the Great. I'm a poet. Would you like to hear a poem I do? And as long as them say yes, I'm willing. That was only just one poem recorded, but I did about 3 different poems, and they're all were elated about it. And one of them ended up crying because I did a very emotional one. And this is the way I go all across to touch people's heart, deeply within.
The name Amaziyah the Great. What does the name Amaziyah means?
So me give my definition, even though it's a biblical name. When I used to go to high school, it was Ambrose Skull. I met with Alpha Rowan when I left Featherbed Lane, and him always I said the skull thing not so right. Richie Stevens was the one. I don't know if you remember, because this about more than 2 decades ago. I was at the Hilton Hotel, and him and Bankilos did that. I don't know if him can remember this, but Steven Seagal was here in Jamaica with a role with a lady named Christine Hewitt. Carly in the dancehall queen came over and say, I saw you and thought it was Bounty Killer. I'ma just change up my voice and say, yeah, that's what they all say. But anyway, Banky did I say what a man favor Bojo? And Richie Steves well said, no, I killer the man favor. You get what I say? So I went to his studio about, a few times, and he said, try to find a name with meaning that sculpting the naga working at the business. You get what I say? And it was quite interesting for say, at the time I was like, yo, what this brother said to me? But then I recalled Alpha Rowan and other people. One time I took the skull thing serious, and I had a shirt with Wally Pascal on it. And then 2 Christian ladies come in my yard and them start pray and start say a bag of things. And when I saw all those things, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna change. I was reading the Bible. He was a king from Judah, but I start give it my own definition. Like I say, I saw the word amaze, A-M-A-Z, and I represent I myself, and Yah represent Yahweh, and we are all great people. So I say Amaziyah the Great.
Just collide it together, put it together.
Precisely.
I love it. I love it. Amaziyah the Great, ladies and gentlemen. Craig A. Kirkland, my special guest. Thank you so very much, Craig. Really appreciate your company, and of course admire your journey, my brother. And I know that there's the journey doesn't stop here. There's a lot more young and older folks out there need your inspiration that you have, my brother. And we're looking forward to hear more of you. Poetry is a thing. Some people have to research it to see where it's at. Yeah. And we know that with the work of you and others, it will become a thing where people just know that, hey, a big poetry show is going to be here on this day without have to research it.
So as it relates to time, will I get to do 2 pieces before I go?
We have 8 minutes.
Yeah, I can drop 2 short one real quick.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce to you none other than Craig A. Kirkland, Amaziyah the Great.
Tell them precisely. So blessings and respect. It's a pleasure being here. Respect to all your fans, all your citizens across the universe, my kids, my parents, wifey, Lori, the whole Pawtucket Poetry team, Rhode Island, New York, everywhere all over the world, yard and abroad. I realize a lot of the kids them glued to their gadgets. And lots of them now read. You don't know, books are here to read. You get me? So keep read, and more knowledge you will achieve. Check out Lori's book, Tucked in Flowers Hidden in Plain Sight. That's for wife. Don't Cry by Craig A. Kirkland. For our children to know real quick. TC Flex. I want my children to know me as one that is great. Education is essential. Time mustn't waste. With the power of knowledge, there's no limit to what you can create. You will encounter hurdles in life, even frightening earthquakes, but never stop. Aim higher and escalate. I also stumbled and fell on my journey. TC, I made mistakes. Still, I elevate and stay awake. Fueling my mind with positive energy while I vibe and meditate. I pay close attention to nature and sounds birds make. People business, man, I discuss and I mix up and I partake. My heart aches, I can't take. Liars and pretenders all fake. Hence why I separate myself from illusion. Confusion will never penetrate the core of my mind. I smile, I embrace greatness, fairness among all human race. IRAWMA, notice this face, man, a lip trace. I will never disgrace my people for position. Rather empower you in this case. But it's somewhat complicated when the world is in a sick state. Love, politics, and religion are folks in a trick state. Miseducation, misinformation, misunderstandings, mistakes are the reason for your failure. So let's rise and surprise them with a bliss face. One more poem before I go, but before I do that, let me take the time out and say thanks again to IRAWMA and the entire team. You get to me, I say big respect to, Diva, Grace, Ephraim, everybody, all of the nominees, them, all of the poets, everyone who put this thing together. We all need to embrace poetry because the poets are here and we're not stop. We are the persons them who are going to continue to soothe the hearts of the people worldwide throughout this global catastrophe that is about to occur. So support the poem people and stop support the nonsensical things them. You get to me, I say? Nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong when you asking the wrong questions. What makes it correct is when you've been provided with the right answers. Nothing wrong in you making mistakes. In this case, what makes it great is when you learn from your errors and you elevate. Penetrate and meditate on the great things you desire to achieve in life. Separate yourself from people who don't want to see you thrive. Realize life is no bed of roses on a smooth pathway. There are hurdles to overcome. There are bitterness and harsh days. There'll be moments of sadness and grief. And there'll be moments of happiness make you feel like you want to laugh all day. During your first heartbreak, you probably yell at yourself in the mirror, I can't take this no more. No joking. Perhaps you'll be smoking or consuming alcoholic substances like you've never done before. It's like your entire world keep crumbling while you're grumbling. Why have you done this to me? Nothing wrong in you crying, expressing your emotions. No need for fightings or commotions. We were educated poorly about love. Ignorance is like an addiction and will mess you up like drugs. What makes it wrong is when you allow your negative thoughts to become your actions. So think first and allow time to heal you. Nothing wrong in giving spaces or letting go if it now work out for be the best. Think about it. Probably that's the cause of stress. Nothing wrong in you seeking advice or counseling when you really need help. Someone really love you. Don't continue to blame yourself. And after you overcome the dark phase, you'll be a stronger version of self. And you will learn to love and appreciate your very own existence. TC, in life we encounter challenges, tackle something new. Nothing wrong in taking a risk as entrepreneurs do. If no one believes in what you're passionate about, FlexxTV, at least you believe in you. And that's where it all started for your dreams to become true. Ephraim Martin, nothing wrong if you fail at first. It's all a part of the game. I'm not saying you're the worst. As long as you don't give up, try harder again. Sure, you will prevail with persistence, my friends. Winning is a must. I am Amaziyah the Great. In God, I put my trust. Tell them precise that the journey continue. TC Flex, we never stop.
Listen, man. Talent surpass many. It's like I'm sitting here listening to a motivational speaker, my brother. Trust me, Craig.
Precisely.
It's a reason why we have you here today, man. Nothing ever happened before the time. Not to lie. We
Thank
need
you
that.
very much. And you know, when I get the sudden call, well, the sudden email, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Because the thing is, I'm not that person to, you know, someone should request and say, hey, we need your presence, or we need, you know, hear your words. And I'd be like, hey, I'm too busy for you. Wherever I go, I'm ready. You know, ever since I was even younger and someone said, all right, set 2 lines, I'm ready. I don't have no time for wait, I'm ready.
Love that, Craig. Love that, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig A. Kirkland. The book is available on Amazon, right?
So the book is on Amazon. So this is Don't Cry. I dedicate this book to my parents and my kids. But be warned, it still have mature stuff. Not everything is for kids. You know, it got my experience. It talk about even politics. It talks about romance type of vibration. It talks about motivational stuff, young and old age. You get what me I say? And while I'm on this live, you know, because I don't do not without promoting wifey just the same, because she's part of my journey. Tucked in Flowers, hidden in plain sight, also available on Amazon. And yeah, all right, that's the thing there. We should be rolling up in IRAWMA, and you don't know. Tell them say IRAWMA, it's greatness. Tell
Nothing
them
like a great
precisely.
union
Respect.
that speak the same language,
And
my brother.
for persons to follow me, you don't know, at Precisely Great on Instagram. Big respect to the persons them here on TikTok watching the live. Also, artist Craig Kirkland on TikTok. So right, that's the thing there.
Follow you, my brother. Love, peace, and happiness. Here.
Salute and big respect to you, the whole FlexxTV FM team, IRAWMA team. Big respect. Amaziyah the Great is here, and the poets are here. And we say, oh, greatness about to unfold even more. Tell them precisely.
The red carpet on the 30th of March. Love and respect, Craig.
Precisely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Craig A. Kirkland, a.k.a. Amaziyah the Great, and he will be there at IRAWMA, the 42nd staging, and that is IRAWMA, the International Reggae and World Music Award. That's coming here to South Florida this March, the last Sunday, which is the 30th. We'll be right back after this break. Stick and stay. The entertainment segment of the show is up next.
True ambassador.
Well, they me, can't trust nobody. Alright. Hey. Every ghetto youth, them can't stop the dream. Goalie.
Welcome to FlexxTV, where we inspire, empower, educate, and entertain.
Attention business owners, are you ready to maximize your tax deductions and take full advantage of every credit available to you?
Look no further than BMG Tax and Accounting Services, your trusted partner in Tamarack, Florida. With over 35 years of expertise, Nigel Blair is here to handle all your business needs. From bookkeeping to tax preparation, we provide the personalized care and attention your business deserves.
Don't let opportunities slip away. Contact BMG Tax and Accounting Services today. Call 954-289-6005. That's 954-289-6005. BMG Tax and Accounting Services, experience you can trust, results you can count on.
Hi, I'm Amy Flex with FlexxTV, and I am here to tell you about our pay-per-view service we now offer. Pay-per-view streaming has helped many creators ranging from event promoters, sporting events, and concerts, from all industries to monetize their content.
You may be wondering why choose pay-per-view. Well, I am here to tell you for one. You are in control of how much you can charge your customer per click, if priced right. You can win big with pay-per-view. We also offer on-demand, which can be another way to profit from your event.
So, what are you waiting for? Call us at the number below or email us at flexfm@gmail.com and let us help you reach a broader audience globally.
FlexxTV would like to thank you for your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. FlexxTV, your #1 television station.
Welcome back to The Naked Truth with TC Flex.